I would really like to see the Niners start using that jumbo with the extra tackle. I want your opinion on it. I think we could. We could. One thing is I like to personally. I'd like to tire out the defensive line before the third and fourth quarter, and I think getting out and getting in a jumbo set, which makes them bring out another bigger guy, at least one more. You're going to get them out, and if you come out quick out of the huddle, get in your stance, they're going to be sitting in that stance for a very long time, and it's just going to wear them out throughout the game.
I think it's a nice wrinkle for a run first team to have. Seahawks used to do it a lot just a couple of years ago. 6 offensive linemen. Harbaugh would do it at times. His offensive line coach, Mike Solari, is now the Seahawks offensive line coach. Why not do it? Certain situations, why not do it? I mean, who would be? You would use Brunskill out there?
I might, but I also might not, because I don't want him getting hurt and some extra type of stuff. I might have some other guy do it because I want Brunskill, just in case somebody else goes down, to be fresh and be ready.
Problem here is that the swing tackle got hurt just as cool.
Yeah.
And you can do jumbo packages on the Niners with tight ends and fullbacks. Like what I would do is use Kittle, Dwelly, Juszczyk at the same time. And then, you know what I mean? Like 2 tight ends, a fullback, a running back in Mostert, and 1 wide receiver.
I like Trey Sermon.
Yeah, Trey Sermon. So you can do that sometimes, and they should.
Just because I don't want to use up Raheem until like the second half. I want Trey using all them to bang up the defense.
Well, what's nice about using Raheem in some of these jumbo packages, if you have extra blockers on one side, like if you put Dwelly and Kittle on one side and then bring Juszczyk around and you really secure that edge, Mostert can just get 15 yards like breathing. You know, he's so fast. So, and then what's nice is you have a jumbo package with speed in the backfield and speed in the outside. Ayuk on the outside, Mostert back there, and you have a stretch zone to one side, and then you play action bootleg off of it with Lance, who's fast too, who's trying to throw down the field to Ayuk. That's a lot of speed and a lot of grass to defend when you have your jumbo defense on the field trying to stop that. So I like it a lot. There's a lot the Niners can do this year. Ryan.
Yeah.
I like that idea. I think they definitely can use jumbo packages. And usually you see six offensive linemen more in the red zone, but that's a good spot to use that for sure.
I'd use it the whole field. Maybe the other thing is if you want to pass to Ayuk and all that, they have rotation on these defensive lines. And if you just time down the rotation, you just wait before they try and rotate all their guys, and they're as spent as they're going to be. So then you could throw the ball, and they're not going to be as effective on their pass rush. Even though I know they don't swap everybody at the same time, but you could figure out who's your main threats and wait for them to be tired.
That's true. That's true. I think that's really clever. It's the kind of stuff that Harbaugh did. He would go jumbo a lot. And he would bring out some big, heavy packages on defense and then throw over the top to Delaney Walker or Vernon Davis. It's always helpful when the blockers are fast, too. Kittle's like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I just see how with the defensive trying to get smaller and quicker, that to just be a mismatch to them, especially in the first half of the game. And if they have to plan for 2 different type of teams because of 2 different halves of the game, because – I have a sneaky suspicion that the reason why we can't run in the third and fourth quarter is because there's no more tricks left in the bag, and they've already made corrections.
That's fair. Yep.
So if you've got 2 different styles of offense, how are they going to make the corrections for the second half in the first half when it's 2 different looks?
I have a feeling we're going to see the Niners are going to have the most diverse and voluminous run game in the NFL this season. I mean, the Ravens do a lot, but the Niners are going to be able to do all the stuff the Ravens do, plus the under center stuff that they've been doing. Like there's not going to be any concept in the run game the Niners can't execute. The only question is it going to be too much? Sometimes what you want to do is focus on a few concepts and master them. Or are you just going to go? But I mean, you have a team that's been working on a few things for 4 years. Now you can just open up the offense a little bit and add new things. It seems like Juszczyk, Kittle, a lot of these players should be really good at the old stuff. This running game should be maybe the most ambitious run game we've ever seen.
I think we have more dynamic weapons than Baltimore. in our players. Like they don't have a Kittle.
No, they don't.
Use check is
Mark
a
Andrews is pretty good,
genius.
but yeah, they don't have a use check. They used to have use check.
Yeah, they got
Yeah,
a Hollywood Brown, but
who's
you know that's
okay.
yeah. They don't
Yeah.
have a Mostert. You know.
No, they have J.K. Dobbins, who's a lot like Sermon, went to the same school, but they don't have a Mostert. No, they don't.
Yeah.
Yep. And they don't have Harbaugh. They have, excuse me, they don't have Shanahan. They have Roman, who's pretty good, but not as good.
No.
No, no. All right, Ryan. Good call, man. Thanks for calling in.
Thank you. You have a wonderful day.
All right, you too, man. Take care. We have no one else in the waiting room. You guys better step up. I don't care that I called it, that I started this at 8:30. You guys better wake up. Moisha says, Grant, curious to hear your opinion on Mariucci. Hear you talk a lot about other ex-49ers head coaches, but not Mooch. What's your take? Peace and love. I've been thinking about Mooch a little bit recently. He gets no love. And I was going back this week and trying to give love to 49ers who don't get any. And it's like the era after Seifert and before Harbaugh is just a wasteland because it's a long time ago and no one won a championship. So people like Garrison Hurst get no appreciation, even though Garrison Hurst at his top, at his peak, people don't remember, was just as good as Frank Gore. Just as good. So people don't remember that. Mariucci, go back and look at his record. I mean, he had a lot of winning seasons. He did a very good job with Steve Young. He did a very good job with Garrison Hurst, with Jeff Garcia. When they fired him, they probably shouldn't, and they didn't have a suitable replacement until Harbaugh. But what I want to say is the reason he got pushed out is Terrell Owens. Okay. And when people say that, like when people are anti-Terrell Owens, it's because of this stuff. Terrell Owens made Steve Mariucci look like a goof, like he wasn't in control of the team. He would ridicule Steve Mariucci after losses and blame him for not getting the ball enough. Same with Jeff Garcia. And he made Jeff Garcia and Steve Mariucci look like goons that had no control over the team and weren't real leaders and were jokes. So I feel like that's partly why the Yorks blew it all up. They wanted to get rid of it. Was dysfunctional. And ultimately, that was the head coach's fault. I think he enabled Terrell Owens and turned him into a dysfunctional, bad teammate. And then they all got sent packing. So that's the way I see it with Mary. That's the way I remember it with Mariucci. It's basically couldn't keep it going. He couldn't keep Terrell Owens in line. And Terrell Owens blew that whole thing up. And then they were all gone. And then they were terrible for about 10 years. So if you guys disagree, I'd like to hear it. But that's the way I remember it.